Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of this playthrough of the Unfinished Swan. We have been exploring this world that started with an all-white canvas, all-white background, started almost like this. And by throwing balls, little blots of ink or paint, we are painting the shapes, the edges of the world to see where we are going and to explore this beautiful world. Very interesting style of exploration. Because with every ball that you throw, you discover a new thing, which kind of widens your context of where you are in the game. We have just found this castle. We're going through a story about a king that wanted an unblemished white canvas world where every wall, every surface was white. But because the inhabitants kept bumping into every edge that there was, they started painting the whole world. And now the king was not happy with that, so he himself started adding shadows to the world. And that's what we are seeing here right now in his castle, that we are for the first time now seeing objects, still white surfaces, that have shadows now with the sun coming from the left. So let's explore the castle. Now I don't know in what way, so we still have our paint balls here to use because there's still places like this completely lighted by the sun where you cannot really see clear edges, clear shapes of what is in this castle. And so we're still going to throw paint at it. So we do want outlines for the walls so we can see where exactly we are. So it looks like this is part of the tower. Oh, we have a little workshop there. Let's first see what's over here, because I see a balloon hiding on the other side of the wall. And the balloons are kind of our currency in the game. So there are a few toys, they are called, that you can buy with the balloons that you have found. Now, not all of them, like some of them are kind of to make the game, I don't know, faster to play through, easier to play through, it looks like. So I'm not sure if I want all of them, but perhaps cleaning the canvas could be useful in case we overpaint. Getting the concept art, I think that's just something to look at. So the kind of the concept art that the developers made. And a couple of these we can only unlock after finishing the game or finding all of the balloons. And unlocking all the chapters, perhaps that's also something for a second playthrough. Okay, so there's no way to go here, so let's go to the workshop. So this could either be the king's workshop, where he was exploring how to paint shadows, how to paint his own world. But we also found out at the very start of the game that we are in kind of the troubled mind of a kid that just lost his mom, and his mom was a painter. And some of the artwork that we have found has been the kid's memories, I think, of the artwork that his mom made. So here we see the king painting the king, painting the king. Oh, damn. Kind of ruined that canvas. So let's not throw paint at everything here. So maybe this is a clue for something later in the game. If we encounter a maze, perhaps. I'm just going to take a print screen on Steam so I can look back at this when I happen to need it later on. We're also hearing a swan honking in the background. Then we have this little airship with the two balloons. Then there, perhaps parts of the castle. And the castle from the outside. A cute little hippo. And we did see a hippo statue earlier on. Or at least a head that was mounted on a wall that had a little golden crown. So I was not sure if it was a dog with this round nose or a hippo. But apparently it was a hippo then. Not sure where the Hippo King comes in. And then another look at the castle. Now we have this door, but also this very clear yellow ladder. So let's have a look where this thing goes. Oh, it's a little scale model of the castle. Now, is this a balloon that we can shoot? Yes, it is.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so this is the castle that we have been going through. We came in from that left side here. We went up these stairs through the gate. Then we encountered the first of the statues here. That was a big head with a crown. Probably the king, now that we know what he looks like with his big mustache. Then we went on to his garden, where there was this chicken statue and a couple of other ones. And now I think we have gone off this end of the castle. Okay, so probably this was just for the balloon. Yeah, so this looks to be the small model of the castle that we have already explored, or at least the mansion outside of the castle. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Whoa, indeed, kid. Okay, we have a little maze on our hands here. castle with a big hot air balloon on the top. And here we have what looks like our swan, the unfinished swan that is missing his neck, standing on a staircase down, and I think we are going down there as well, with a couple more statues of the paintbrush. Oh, we scared the swan. And this does look a lot like the maze that was painted or drawn, at least in the room we just saw. Because I see the exact same route here going through. Well, let's first paint our outlines here so we can see where we are at. So I'm trying to get a sense of scale here. Oh. So it looks like we will be going down those steps. Are there any other things to find in the maze? I don't see any other objects. So let's go down. So again, let's mark the edge of the wall here. Let's have a look on this side as well. Oh. Okay, let's head down. So I know I'm supposed to go this way, and I believe then right. Because I see swan feet here, showing us the way forward. And then there's that golden letter, so perhaps, I don't know if we need to find a word, find the letters in order, if there's multiple. But I just want to see what the rest of this maze here looks like. If there are perhaps balloons hidden over here. So this looks like a dead end. Also a dead end here. And here as well. Okay. So I believe this is the first branch completely explored. So perhaps we are just supposed to follow the drawing. Oh, the gate. I was thinking, did we see a gate before? But I believe the gate closed behind us, telling us that it's one way from here on out. So again, dead ends here. This is the wall all the way through. Yeah, so there is an angle at it, but nothing that way. So perhaps we are just supposed to follow then. Let's do this just a bit quicker. So this is, I think, where we're supposed to go. Yeah. Okay, so this is just a circular path that we went through. Aha, but there is a balloon here. So sometimes the balloons are white in color, and so very hard to see. Okay, I can't get all the way up to the top of the paintbrush. So let's follow our path to the symbol of the king here. So this was exactly the path that was drawn on that painting. I'm getting a little bit of lag playing here.
Whoa.
Whoa, yeah. Okay. I hope we're not supposed to navigate all that. Oh, and we have reached the swan. Big balloon there.
The king was so frustrated with the messy, demanding people of his kingdom that he decided to start over. One morning he painted a boat and set off to find the perfect spot. He told himself he'd come back someday to finish what he had started, but of course, he never did.
Okay, so the king abandoned that path that he was taking, and looking at it, this was a golden letter, and when I hit it with the paint, we got the story. So I'm thinking that where we saw that letter before here in the maze, perhaps I was supposed to hit that one as well, for a little backstory. So let's run back. I think it was behind the corner, somewhere over here. No. Okay. Was it this way? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The labyrinth was designed to be beautiful, and it was. It was not designed to be practical, and it wasn't. Whole families got lost for weeks at a time, mail took months to arrive, and many worried a labyrinth of this size was bound to attract dragons. Eventually, the complaints grew so loud even the king couldn't ignore them.
Dragons. And there is this tail going up. Okay. So the king is trying, but the people are not having it. His impractical thinking. Perhaps the water is a moat then? Oh, we scared the swan. Is this a path or a closed door? Looks like it's a closed door. Another balloon. Oh, I was expecting an edge there. We can use the telescope here. Let's have a look. So this is the maze that we just went through. Now, are we supposed to see anything there? Or is this just because I can't move the mouse, not look left, right? Oh, I can zoom in though. Oh, maybe this is to see that little balloon that was there, the white balloon. But we already found that one. Because I cannot move the telescope left, right, up or down. I can only zoom in or out. Okay. So it looks like our way to go is in the balloon. I was curious if this was also one of those balloons that you have to find, but apparently not. So let's hop in.
For the first time in weeks, Monroe felt good. He felt even better when the wind pushed him close enough to reach the swan. He was feeling so good, in fact, that he forgot all about his fear of heights. But when the swan wriggled free and Monroe fell over the side, he remembered almost immediately. That might have been the end of Monroe if this were a shorter story, but it isn't, which is why Monroe's troubles were just beginning.
Uh-oh, shark fin. Okay, we finished the garden chapter. And then there is chapter 2, the Unfinished Empire. Now I think we did miss 2 balloons. I think once we were a little bit more aware that there were balloons, I think I was looking out for them a little bit more closely, but it seems like we missed 2 of them. Let's continue on chapter 2, the Unfinished Empire. So this looks like you can go back to previous chapters and chapters in parts of the story so that you can look a bit more closely for those balloons.
Monroe scrambled out of the water and found himself in a massive city with no sign of the swan or anyone else. Well, except someone's enormous pair of feet. These were attached to a giant who could have been a big help in catching the swan, but unfortunately, here was the laziest giant who had ever lived, and it was his day off. Having celebrated in his usual way, he was now sleeping it off and quite unable to hear Monroe yelling. While he was looking for a way to wake the giant, Monroe noticed something even better: a floating ship.
A floating ship. That's the king's airship. Oh, wow, that's cool. Okay, oh, nice. What a beautiful shot. So for the first time now the world has color. And we see the same kind of objects that we saw before. Benches and the vases. The same kind of lanterns as well. But now we see it in this beautiful cityscape. With a little cup or a big cup with a toothbrush, perhaps. Okay, let's start by having a look around. So I'm assuming that most of these doors will be unpassable. But that perhaps the game might surprise us with one that is open to find a secret or something. Oh, there's a swan flying overhead. Huh. But now that the world is colored, how are we going to use this paint mechanic? We hear the giant snoring on the other side of the wall. Perhaps it's these paddles that we have to shoot. let's give that a try. Oh yeah, okay. So it's a bit more physics puzzle now. Okay, so we created a way across, but we also have, I'm curious then if I throw a ball. Oh, now it's, was that white paint or blue paint? There's this little gate here. Is that one I can open or shoot at? No. Or I can shoot at it, but it doesn't open. And we have a boat on the other side and a balloon. Perhaps that this was just for the balloon and showing us that we are going towards the boat. So we're now using the physical elements more. So it looks like my paint bullets cannot pass through this gate very well. Like all of them bounce back, perhaps the top, no. But it looks like we will be coming here again since we have this ladder over there. And I also noticed that my paint does not stay for long, so it fades over time. So that's different from the first part of the game there. So we have a floodgate with a boat on its side. We cannot go up here. So let's follow this. Maybe we're meant to go down. Although I see more things to do. Okay. How do we get back up? I thought I saw stairs going up to that point for the balloon, but perhaps we just shoot it from here. Doesn't seem like I can reach. So the stairs up are there. Is there a way that I can get up? Doesn't seem like it. So I think now that time-stopping mechanic could come in handy now that our paint fades. So how did I activate this? Was it V? B? Let me check the controls. Stop time was E. Okay. Okay, now I'm starting to see why the paint hose might come in handy. That's one of the toys over here, but you need 30 balloons to get that. What were other toys that we could buy? Unlocking chapters, I don't want to do that. Cleaning canvas, also right now not very useful, so let's save up for something more.
Before he discovered painting, the king was a potter. He loved the simplicity of a well-spun pot. So when his subjects complained that his new city was too austere and that there was nowhere to relieve themselves, the king ignored them. But when they started relieving themselves in his pots, the king hastily built them a sewer system.
Okay, so we're in the sewers right now. And this is kind of a change of pace now with how you have to throw the paint. The details are easier to make out once the paint is fading. Then you do have to keep a sense of orientation where you are exactly. Oh, is that a dead end? Oh, there's a way to the right. And then we have a ladder. Perhaps this is the ladder that brings us to that one balloon that we saw through the gate there. Yeah, it is. Okay. So does the gate open now or not? No. So we came from down the ladder. We can get a glimpse of the giant here, sleeping on the other side of the wall. Now this seems like it could be the way forward, so I'm quickly gonna check what this other door here is for, if that brings us anywhere. Okay. Oh, so I can shoot at the black gates to see if there's anything inside. Okay, that makes it a bit easier. Instead of having to try all of them one by one, I can just shoot a paint bullet at them.
Sometimes the giant wondered about where all the people in the city had gone. Mostly he worried they might come back and ask him to clean their gutters or put out their fires. But they never did, and that was why the giant, who was the laziest that had ever lived, was also the happiest.
Okay, so it looks like the giant was perhaps employed by the king or had to work for the king to help around in the city. Oh, we can open the floodgates here now. That's where we were before, down there. And now the boat is floating up, giving us a path to the other side, it seems. But I'm curious then, before we were unable to swim We immediately drowned. So I'm curious if we have to stay out of the water then. We can still walk over this gate, but I assume we drown when we go in the water. Just for completion's sake, let's try it. Yeah, okay. Then I know what to stay away from. And now we can get this blue balloon here. Finally. There we go. So we have gondola down there. Don't think I can reach that side. Oh, and now we have to paint a black world with light paint. Ooh, red eyes. We have bats. Oh, damn. Okay. But there's not really a lot of consequences to falling in the water. Doesn't set us back too far. So we see 2, 3 balloons, a 4th up there. Part 2 scaffolding. Okay, so it looks like we are going up. Another balloon there in the city. Now I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next part.